welcome. It's been quite a beautiful year. I did try to be smart and give myself some parameters that would allow for some flexibility, as long as there was an element of teamwork, a garden fresh snack, and an art experience. Then I felt like that's the portal. That counts. That's happening. I'll start at the beginning. October was the first one, in which my alter ego Walter, who is a nature guide and enthusiast, has recently heard that the new theory about dark matter was that it might very well be love itself. And that got Walter very excited, because he's like, I'm full of love, and if that's the stuff of the universe, then we can totally blast into another dimension. In November, we're continuing to expand the portal. Walter discovered his long-lost buddy, Wendell, was already in the more beautiful world, and he told us stories of how it was there, and that helped us believe in it a little more. And then December was the Christmas Carol theme, where we were imagining that dark matter / love had a message for us all from the past. We had a tree sing us a beautiful song.
Sit back and dance me.
The present, and a farmer
into
build on that song
the deep.
with encouragement to build the container in which the future that we want could live in. And then a clown from the future gave us a piece of her heart, and we all sang this new evolved version of that original song together.
Imagine worlds written by our hands.
Then in January, we explored the theme of rest. Lots of good teamwork in order to make this portal happen. We had a silks aerial rig in the front yard, and we wrapped it in this sail, and it made like a little tent with an opening in the top so we could have a fire. And we had all these comfy chairs set up and blankets, and Walter came and tucked you in and told you about the beauty of rest, and we ate fermented things, and that's how the magic happens, you know, you just let it rest. And watch some live painting, and that was really wonderful. And then in February, I had a rather large heartbreak event, and all I could think about is what's going to help me feel love. It was sort of a anti-Valentine's Day portal where we found love everywhere else but romantic love. So my broken heart was personified and following me around and giving me guff, weighing me down. But then we discovered the story about the tiger and the strawberry, encouraging us to take our joy into our own hands and find pleasure and love and happiness in all the beautiful small things, which in our case happens to include some fire spinning. Look at that. Try to be sad now. And then March was all about rewilding yourself. There's this wonderful Tom Robbins parable about these once mystical fish splashing around in these magical ponds, and these fish forgot that they used to be wild and free and don't really even know how to know that they're so sad. And so we spent some time making some wacky fish masks and parading around town and spreading weirdness and wildness with joy. April was about the thing you really want, like the object of your desire. And we used an apple to represent that. Was a lot of material from Mark Gaffney's book, Return to Eros, all about celebrating our desires, our pure, deep, sacred desires, and that it's a divine obligation to do the thing you really want to, that makes you happy, and that is what benefits those around us the most. May was widening the morphic resonance field. Rupert Sheldrake has this wonderful theory about morphic resonance. It's like if you think and do something in one place, it has these sort of cosmic ripple effects that allows people to think and do those things another place without any direct communication. So if we believe in these things and start to create this more beautiful world, then that just makes it easier for it to come into being in a more widespread way. And so my friend came through the portal. She's an amazing virtuosic clown person. And as we believed in her more and more, she finally burst through the portal and played amazing music with us. And we danced about together in the spirit of the more beautiful world, which then expanded the morphic resonance field large enough that we could all go through the portal and have ourselves a party at WilderHouse / the more beautiful world. It was pretty fun. We were also helping the morphic resonance field expand by dressing as our wild and silliest selves. It was a good May portal. June was the most work that I put into a portal. It was encompassed the whole acre of property and had many different stations. It was called the Pure Imagination Pleasure Palace. And it was like an interactive pleasure museum with prompts to plant a seed of joy in the present, to foster the full blossoming of your more beautiful self and the more beautiful world in the future, and then have this actual little plant to take home that will remind you of this promise of joy you made to yourself. And to dance like no one's watching, which they weren't, because I put you in my school bus and blacked out the windows so you knew no one was watching. I even made a video appearance as Walter's twin sister Maud, doing an instructional video on how to get really silly with the music. There was a bed tent that had pinned all around the walls quotes about the importance of your divine desires and how beautiful it is for you to go after that. We had our wood-burning pizza going for the first time. It was no performers. I wished I could have had a performer in each spot, but hey, we gotta have somewhere to evolve to. And I also got to draw another map, which I really love. Drawing maps of imagined places. Then in July, I was so grateful to have another person say they wanted to collaborate again, and she said she wanted to celebrate slugs, and I was like, yes, wonderful. And we got to see them do their mating, which if you've never seen a leopard slug do their mating, it makes me believe in God. I mean, look it up. It's this specifically leopard slug. It's beautiful. I won't tell you anymore. Enjoy that. In August was the aliens landing. Walter told of his experience having an encounter with an alien who was trying to teach him about love, and we used some bell hooks text and had this sort of curated, facilitated conversation about what love really is. We all agreed and were excited to discover that it is more action than feeling. The will to extend yourself for your own or another's spiritual growth is the first little. But check out Bell Hooks' book, All About Love. Finally, September was the last one for 12 Portals, and it was about how we know things. You know, I asked a friend, like, how do you know that you know something? And she's so sweet and humble and says, I don't know if I know anything. And I'm like, well, that's why I like you. But then I said, but you know you love your dog. And she was like, yeah. Yes, I do know that. And that's not about data, but more of a feeling. And talked about how we don't really value that so much in our culture, and ways that we could find ourselves getting in touch with these other kinds of knowing. So the portal had left us a little trail through the neighborhood of little labyrinth Easter eggs to follow about the different kinds of labyrinths. And then we found our very own labyrinth in the neighborhood to walk together and celebrate heart knowing. Touch trees, be sweet to each other, eat fresh snacks. It's a better way, and it's even more fun.
Into the deep, like empty nothing. It tastes so sweet, and I would like to see the edge of everything. Hold me in my sleep and stop my trembling. Imagine worlds written by our hands. It happens with or without our consent. And when the walls come crumbling in, we'll begin again. Zach and Elise, you make my dreams the best I've had.